What's up, class? My name is David Salcido, and I'm going to share with you a vivid memory that happened to me just right now. So it's 11:30 at night. I'm getting off work, pull up to my house, and I see my neighbor across the street on his porch. So I get out the car. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Dennis?" And he's like, "Dave, there's some guy that was out here. He's trying to break into everyone's car. About 10 minutes ago, he took off up the street." And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Damn, man, hey, appreciate you looking out." So I go inside, take a shower, trying to get ready for bed. And when I get out the shower, this guy's back in my driveway. So I'm like, oh, damn. I'm trying to hurry, get some clothes on. And I see he goes to my neighbor's house and he's messing with his car. So I call my neighbor. I'm like, "Hey, Albert, some guy trying to break into your car." And he wakes up from his sleep. He's like, "What? Hold on." And I hear him on the phone like, "Hey, man, what are you doing? What are you doing?" So I rush over there. Dude's leaning on the car, and you could tell this guy's like not in his right mind. Like, this dude is there, but he's on something. And so he walks to the street, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you got to get out of here. Like, you're in the wrong neighborhood for all that." And he just kind of stands in the street and looks, and he doesn't want to go. Like, he's kind of saying nonsense, but getting the point that he doesn't want to go nowhere. So he walks across the street from me and just starts sitting down. And I'm just like, okay, man, like, let me go and get something just in case this guy acts a little crazy. So I come out with a bat, and this dude's just sitting there, like, he's just sitting down on the side of the street. And I tell Dennis, like, "Hey, man, you call the cops?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I called him like an hour ago." And so I'm just there like, man, what do we do? I'm not going to sleep right if this guy's here, like, the entire night. So I go in, I get a bottle of water and a shirt, and I give it to this guy, because this guy's shirtless, just has jeans on. Typical, like, hobo, his beard's all crazy, his hair is like all messy. I'm like, give him the shirt, the bottle of water, and tell him, "Hey, man, look, you got to get out of here. Like, you go somewhere else, but you can't be here." And so the dude puts the shirt on and walks up to the corner house of my block, and they have steps. He starts kind of like just leaning towards the steps. I'm like, "Hey, man, come on, let's go. Like, I'll walk you somewhere, but you can't be here." And so he walks up the steps, tries to open my neighbor's door, and I get a little closer to him because, like, man, I'm not about to have my neighbor's house broken into. And he's like, "Oh, I go anywhere I want." And I'm just like, "Come on, man, you got to go. Like, you can't be here." And then he kind of gets the idea, so he walks to the middle of the street, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in the middle of the street now. You can't do nothing to me." And obviously this guy is in his right mind. And then I talked to Dennis. I'm like, "Hey, man, we got to do something about this guy, because I'm not gonna sleep right with him just right here, like, just sitting down." Obviously, he keeps trying to break into everyone's car. So me and Dennis are like, "Yeah, man, like, we're not just about to beat up some guy that's out of his mind." So we call the cops again, and finally they come this time. 2 minutes later, cops swoop up, pick this guy up. That's that. It's my night.